Hi, how you doing? This is Kim Reads Urantia. Nice to see you. And today we're going to read from the Urantia book. First, we're going to read Light the Flame by Andrew Harvey. This is from Soren Kierkegaard, Danish philosopher who lived from 1813 to 1855. Okay. Father in heaven, when the thought of thee wakes in our hearts, let it not awaken like a frightened bird that flies in dismay, but like a child waking from its sleep with a heavenly smile. Okay. And I've felt that bird. I don't know. It's common to feel this fear of God. And we have to remember we don't need to fear God, but it's really ourselves that we fear. We're not really fearing God, but we're fearing our own inadequacies, that maybe I'm not good enough for God's love. Maybe I need to be punished by God. And we're punishing ourselves. We're doing that to ourselves. Okay? Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I need to be punished. And you see that in religious writings here. They're asking, God, punish me, mortification of the flesh and things like that. I think I don't know if that has a place or not in legitimate. I want to say though, wherever you're at, it just depends on the individual perspective and your relationship with God. But I think we have to remember that it's not God that punishes us. We do it to ourselves. Even if we feel like um yeah, we do it to ourselves. Yeah. Maybe we need to. I don't know. I can't judge it. I can't judge it. People that feel the need to do that, but we're not. It's not God that's doing it. Okay. Okay. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. Wake up from the dream like a little child wakes with a smile instead of a frightened bird. It's like, oh my gosh, everything's terrible. Yeah, there's some things that aren't that good. Some things need to be fixed. All right, let's work on it. Let's work on it. The biggest thing is just, it's not all the stuff you do and the signs you carry. It's just being nice to each other, you know? Um, just being nice to each other. Today I went to the post office to make sure I had postage for my tax return or my son's tax return. And the guy needed tape. The postman that I was showing him to, somebody took his roll of tape because he needed to tape the metal clasp there. And so I bought a roll of tape for him. And he said, "Oh, you don't need to buy that." Yeah, I said, "But you need the tape. You need some tape to tape my little envelope, my envelope." So, and he said, "Oh, you're so kind." And I'm like, "Well, that's all right." But anyway, I I I think that's the biggest way that we contribute to everything coming out okay. You don't have to do anything dramatic, I guess is what I wanted to say that by that. You don't have to go and light fire to something or get somebody's attention. Set yourself on fire. Remember those, there were those, what were they, Buddhists or something that set themselves on fire because they wanted this to be about something. Oh my gosh, it's just listen to somebody, be kind to somebody. If somebody needs help, help them. That's the main thing, is change your attitude toward your fellow people and see them, even the worst ones that are just can't get it together or just angry. Okay, they're really only angry at themselves. They don't, they're angry at their worlds. They're carrying stuff, but okay, just listen to them and said, okay, well, I'm not going to react to all that. I'm sorry you feel that way. Right. Have a good day. That's the whole thing, Yeah, and it's not that I don't get it. There's so many problems in the world. There's so much pain. But yeah, there's so much pain. All you can do, give where you can. But you gotta, yeah. Okay, I'm going off too long on this here again. So, okay, let's read. Yeah. All right, here we are on section 1, attributes of the third source and center. Okay. The third source and center is known by many names, all designative of relationship and in recognition of function. As God the Spirit, He is the personality coordinate and divine equal of God the Son and God the Spirits and all real universe intellects. Nope, that's wrong. And God the Father. Sorry, I did that wrong. The third source and center is known by many names, all designative of relationship and in recognition of function. As God the Spirit, He is the personality coordinate and divine equal of God the Son and God the Father. As the infinite Spirit, He is an omnipresent spiritual influence. As the universal manipulator, Z is the ancestor of the power control creatures and the activator of the cosmic forces of space. As the conjoint actor, He is the joint representative and partnership executive of the Father-Son. As the absolute mind, Z is the source of the endowment of the intellect throughout the universes. As the God of action, Z is the apparent ancestor of motion, change, and relationship. Right. And the in-betweenness of everything. So wherever there's a thing and then another thing, the Spirit is always between those things. Yep, holds that a spatial relationship, an energetic relationship, or if those are two cognitive beings, it can hold the spiritual relationship, the whatever relationship holds that relationship. Okay. And the Spirit is able to invest change and energy in that relationship where something needs to be changed. Okay. Some of the attributes of the third source and center are derived from the Father, some from the Son, while still others are not observed to be actively and personally present in either the Father or the Son, attributes that can hardly be explained except by assuming that the Father-Son partnership, which eternalizes the third source and center, consistently functions in consonance with and in recognition of the eternal fact of the absoluteness of paradise. The conjoint creator embodies the fullness of the combined and infinite concepts of the first and second persons of deity. Okay, so again here we see the conjoint creator, the in that represents the relationship between the Father and Son, represents the Father and the Son as well as the spirit of their relationship to us. Okay. 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 So, but and it's also important to say that the infinite spirit is its own person, separate from the Father and Son as well. Okay, while you envisage the Father as an original creator and the Son as a spiritual administrator, you should think of the third source and center as a universal coordinator, a minister of unlimited cooperation. Okay. So when the Father needs something or the Son needs something, you know, the Spirit is the one with the equipment. It's like, okay, I got that. I got that. I got you. I got, what you need here. So, right? So that they can all communicate with each other and do their little Trinity hobnob thing, whatever they do, their powwows. Okay. But the Spirit is the one. It's like magic silly putty or something that's in everything and comes up with whatever force, whatever thing they need to complete whatever they have, whatever ideas they have, and fully participates in that. Yeah. But at the same time, it is its own separate thing. So I can, I don't know if it comes up with ideas on its own. Maybe, probably. Okay. The conjoint actor is the correlator of all actual reality. Z is the deity repository of the Father's thought and the Son's word, and in action is eternally regardful of the material absoluteness of the central isle. The Paradise Trinity has ordained the universal order of progress. Ooh, big word. And the providence of God is the domain of the conjoint creator and the evolving supreme being. Okay. The providence of God is the domain of the conjoint creator and the evolving supreme being. No actual or actualizing reality can escape eventual relationship with the third source and center. Okay, so actualizing reality. So because anything that we want to become or want to do, we need to invest our mind and our action in that. And that's the energy that the Spirit brings to actualizing reality, right? So the Father is the thought, The Son is the Word. We have to do more than just talk about it. To do more than just think about it. We have to do. We have to invest, plan, and coordinate and contrive here and cooperate to make something happen. So in order to make this world a better place, we need to do that work. We can't just talk about it and say, oh yeah, well, we believe this and we believe this and stuff like that. We have to come together and build together. And the Spirit is what brings that energy forward. And the equipment that we can use to understand each other and trust each other and work together. The Universal Father presides over the realms of pre-energy, pre-spirit, and personality. Okay, so before a thing really knows itself, that's the Father. It is a thing, but it doesn't know. The eternal Son dominates the spheres of spiritual activities. The presence of the Isle of Paradise unifies the domain of physical energy and materializing power. The conjoint actor operates not only as an infinite spirit representing the Son, but also as a universal manipulator of the forces and energies of paradise, thus bringing into existence the universal and absolute mind. The conjoint actor functions throughout the grand universe as a positive and distinct personality, especially in the higher spheres of spiritual values, physical energy relationships, and true mind meanings. Z functions specifically wherever and whenever energy and spirit associate and interact. Right, so there it is. Whenever we're moved by our passion to action, put our passions into action, that's where the spirit is, right? He functions, right, specifically wherever and whenever energy and spirit associate and interact. Z dominates all reactions with mind, wields great power in the spiritual world, and exerts a mighty influence over energy and matter. At times, the third source is expressive of the nature of the first source and center. Okay, so more than any other, the spirit is about matter and action, acting on our physical reality with the spirit of passion, whatever we want to create for ourselves, whatever we want to manifest, that's moving the spiritual energy. The third source and center, perfectly and without qualification, shares the omnipresence of the first source and center, sometimes being called the omnipresent spirit. In a peculiar and very personal manner, the God of mind shares the omniscience of the Universal Father and his eternal Son. So that's mind knowing, okay? The knowledge of the Spirit is profound and complete. The conjoint creator manifests certain phases of the omnipotence of the Universal Father, but is actually omnipotent only in the domain of mind. Okay. So, so powerful. Yeah, but I mean, what's not, okay, so omnipotent in the domain of mind. Okay. So the universal Father is more all-powerful, omnipotent. But in the domain of mind, so in the spirit phases that don't include mind, what things would not include mind? But you know what we're talking about here? Material stuff. So the relationship between material stuff and creates the power controllers and the beings that control the physical relationships and energy relationships of matter. Okay. Okay. Well, let's keep going. The third person of deity is the intellectual center and the universal administrator of the mind realms. Herein is the absolute. Za's sovereignty is unqualified. So the infinite spirit is related to our mind, controls mind. Okay. The conjoined actor seems to be motivated by the father-son partnership, but all Za's actions appear to recognize the father-paradise relationship. Okay. At times, and in certain functions, he seems to compensate for the incompleteness of the development of the experiential deities, God the Supreme and God the Ultimate. So he's like regent over God the Supreme and God the Ultimate because they're developing. Okay. And herein is an infinite mystery that the infinite simultaneously revealed Za's infinity in the sun and as paradise. And then there springs into existence a being equal to God in divinity, reflective of the sun's spiritual nature and capable of activating the paradise pattern, a being provisionally subordinate in sovereignty, but in many ways apparently the most versatile in action. So the spirit is subordinate in sovereignty, so not quite as sovereign as the Father Son, but is more versatile in action. And such apparent superiority in action is disclosed in an attribute of the third source and center, which is superior even to physical gravity, the universal manifestation of the Isle of Paradise. Okay, so this so it has control over something that's superior to physical gravity. In addition to this super control of energy and things physical, the infinite spirit is superbly endowed with those attributes of patience, mercy, and love, which are so exquisitely revealed in Za's spiritual ministry. The spirit is supremely competent to minister love and to overshadow justice with mercy. God the Spirit possesses all the supernal kindness and merciful affection of the original and eternal Son. The universe of your origin is being forged out between the anvil of justice and the hammer of suffering. But those who wield the hammer are the children of mercy, the spirit offspring of the infinite spirit. Okay, so they have to give us these challenges, right? The universe of your origin is being forged out between the anvil of justice and the hammer of suffering. Oh my gosh. But those who wield the hammer are the children of mercy, the spirit offspring of the infinite spirit. And I think they might be referring there to the children of the offspring of the infinite spirit. Are they talking about the ancients of days, maybe? Because that's maybe that's the ancient days. Wait. Okay. I don't know. They're uniform, perfect offspring of Trinity among supreme creators. Okay. Okay. Well, the offspring of the spirit is all of so many beings, diverse spiritual beings are created through the infinite spirit more than through the the Father or the Son. The Father's main creation is the thought adjusters, and the Son is the descending sons of God, the different traitor sons, and the whole sphere of angels and power beings are created through the infinite spirit or in partnership with the infinite spirit. So it's a huge plethora of beings that are wielding that hammer and anvil. That sounded kind of scary to me. It's like, oh no. All right, okay. But it's all right. Everything's okay. So thank you for joining me, and you have a really good day. All right. Bye.